Hi everybody! We're here! Yay! Hi everybody! Welcome, welcome, welcome in to this Leo full moon. Can you see me? Oh yeah, you can see me! We're here, we're live under this really sexy Leo full moon. I hope you're feeling it, I hope you're loving it. I've been enjoying it all day, waiting for you. And here we are. So welcome! Are you ready? I've got a little bit of like music with a little bit of a beat to it tonight because a full moon in Leo suggests that we should dance and we should be alive and we should be in our power and we should be enjoying the richness of this experience together. So I have a really great ritual planned for you tonight. I hope you're excited. I hope you're ready. I've got all my little jewels around my eyes, which are maybe not cooperating. Come on, jewels. When one wears jewels on their eyes, sometimes they don't cooperate, but it's okay. Thanks, you guys. And a little raw bass. I put that on my personal page. I've been dancing around all day long. I hope you have too. I hope this Leo moon's got you kind of working with the energies that are. Thanks, you guys. Good, you have your music going too? I'm glad you do. This little guy may have to come off, actually. He's misbehaving. Zoe would disapprove. She would be like, what are you doing right now with your little eye jewels? Okay. So I'm going to start us off tonight, as we should, as we must, because it's a full moon, with a nice clearing of the energy. Right? It's very Shakti. Naughty jewels for a Shakti night. I'm also wearing my Adi Shakti tonight. Do you guys know about this symbol? Right? Because this is on your tools for tonight. I am the force of creation. And that's the mantra for tonight. You are the force of creation. You know what I was thinking about today as I was getting ready for you and for this experience and for the energy? I was thinking about when I gave birth to my kids. Because we all have these Shakti moments in our lives, you know, when that force of creation, that power of creation comes through and it just illuminates everything for us. I have given birth to 2 humans, and, you know, that's not really anything to pat myself on the back for. I didn't make them by myself. I made them with my man. So I didn't make them by myself. But thank you so much, you guys. I brought 2 humans onto this planet through my vehicle, through my body. And I'm really proud of that, right? I'm really proud of it. And I hope that whatever you've created, whether it's a home that you love or human children, maybe you've brought forward fur babies who are healthy and happy and have a home because of you, right? Because they wouldn't if you weren't here. Naughty jewels. Whatever you have created, I want you to celebrate it tonight. It was 10 years ago this year that I created Sage Goddess, which has been, I think, the singular most impactful creation of my adult life. So tonight I want you to look at your life, I want you to look at yourself, and I want you to ask yourself, what have you created? Your art, your fur babies, your human babies. I'm going to tell you, fur babies are just as hard to birth and raise as human babies, because I've done both. And I will tell you, having dogs is very much like having human children. Cats are a little bit easier. Dogs are not. Dogs require your 24/7 on-site, on-hand, on-premises care, right? I'm proud of you for all that you have created and all that is here. Take a moment, okay? On this planet right now, there are things that exist only because you were here. There are things that exist only because you were here. And I love it. Jennifer says, I created myself. Can we talk about that? How many of you have created yourself? You've reimagined your life. You've moved from one state to another, or one country to another. You have completely reimagined your career. You've reimagined what's possible for you. You've reimagined your relationship status. You birthed a new relationship, right? You lost one, you created another. Do you think about it too, Melissa? I'm so proud of you for all that you've created, and that's what tonight is all about. And I'm going to tell you this, ready? There's so much I want to say to you, and so much I want to do with you, and so much I want to talk with you about tonight, because we don't get a Leo full moon all the time. Tonight is that one kind of raw, shameless opportunity for you to step forward and say, I'm proud of this. I did that. I'm good at this. My gift is that. And not be ashamed, and not play it down, and not be shy, and not, you know what I mean? To really step forward and go, I'm good at this. I create that. I manifest this. I know how to build that. I brought this into the planet. There are so many things on this planet right now that are here because you were here. And tonight we celebrate you, okay? Tonight we open up, and I'm going to tell you this is the other part of it. We've been talking so far about the past, right, until this moment. But your past doesn't define you. You aren't all of those things. You're so much more than that. So starting tonight, which is, we're at the end of January now, right? February 1st is Monday. Like, where did January go? What else are you going to do? What else is going to come through you? What's going to be birthed through you? What else is going to come onto this planet uniquely because you were here? What do you have? What's in you that needs to come through now? And this Leo full moon is here for it. This Leo full moon is like, no, you have the support, you have the gasoline, you have the fuel, you have the energy, you have the creativity, and you have the desire. You're not done. And so I would tell you that your greatest works, we talk about this in alchemy, right? Because I teach alchemy online in Soul Shift. Your greatest works are not complete yet, which means the best is ahead. Your best work is ahead. You're still here because you have so much to do, right? and you're going to do it. And you're going to do it because your soul is requiring you to do it. Your soul is putting this sort of beautiful energetic pressure on you to bring forward what is uniquely yours, right? You need fun? Let's have fun tonight. I'll have fun with you. I've got some diet Dr. Pepper here, which sounds really fun. And I'm ready to party if you are, so we're so happy you're here. Okay. I have things to tell you. Can I take a few minutes to tell you some things? I'm so proud of you, and I love you. I love it. Rita says, thank you. I don't tell myself that I'm proud of myself or what I've done. So thank you, because I really needed to hear this right now. It didn't take long for me to tear up. I see you, Rita. In our society, we are told not to toot your own horn, not to celebrate your own achievements, right? So in our society, we celebrate everybody else's achievements. But what we're learning is your achievements are worthy of celebration. And it's not about bragging, and it's not about I'm better than you or you're better than me or any of that. It's about shining a light, because right now we all need that self-esteem. We all need that boost in our spirit that comes from, I did that. I overcame that. I conquered that fear. I overcame that situation. I created this life. I brought these beings forward. Or for a lot of people, they're not necessarily bringing children through in this lifetime, but they're feeding children, they're supporting children, they're loving children, they're aunties and uncles, they're fairy godparents, they're showing up in people's lives in all these magical ways. And tonight I just want you to take a moment just to resonate with that, because it's not about bragging. It's about saying, I did this in the way that only I can do it, and it's so significant. So I'm glad this is resonating with you. Okay. I have so much to tell you tonight. Your mantra for tonight is, I am the force of creation. And this has been printed, engraved on a disc of peach selenite for you. which is the Stone of Dreams. Not Peach of the Night, I'm sorry, Peach of Venturine. Stone of Dreams. So tonight I want you to dream into what your next creation is going to be. My next creations are books, and hopefully at the end of the year, a podcast. What are your next creations, right? What is the next thing you're going to bring through? And it could be a child, it could be, I don't know what it will be for you. It could be a new project, it could be a new job, it could be Jennifer's baby is giving her twin grandbabies, right? Yeah, sorry, Stephanie, I misspoke. It's Peach Aventurine. So what is the next step for you, right? Is it becoming a grandmother? Is it becoming an artist? Is it becoming an author? Is it becoming, just as I kept taking care of my business after my husband passed, my kids are happy, well-fed, and I'm achieving my dreams, and she's a full-time student. I mean, that is the ultimate force of creation. Yeah, it's Orange Aventurine, Peach Aventurine. Online business for Stephanie Soto. Cheers to you, girl. For Rimzim, it's a new job. I love it. Child marriage. Reiki master completed for Connie. Congratulations, Connie. That is huge. Becoming a Reiki master is a huge achievement because you've gone through all of the levels of Reiki training and certification. I mean, that really, you should take a moment to really celebrate that, right? A child, a career for Alexandria, a home and a new business for Sabrina. Look at this. Look at how good you guys are. You're so there. A new home for Kim Bailey. A holistic healer practice for Sarai. Right? Look at this. Healing is your full-time business for Rochelle. And a new home and a new you and a new professional healer. And making your art. I think so often to myself about how we're going to leave this planet for the next generation. Do you ever think about that? I think about it a lot. And I think if we're going to leave this planet in a better way than we found it, we have to step into those gifts now. Jamie says a sexy boyfriend. Shakti would approve tonight, darling. I love it. I'm so proud of you guys. Look at this. A healthy body, a new home, a new outlook, right? Building your business with your husband for Angel Moon. Nursing school for Darcy. I'm so proud of you. One of the most, I'll just share this with you and then we'll get into the business of tonight. So this week, the highlight of my week, just so you know, is that I had the distinct pleasure of being able to pay for the tuition of a nursing student at the community college where I graduated back in 1994. So my favorite teacher, my favorite professor at this community college passed away last year. And when I found out she died, I reached out to the college and I said, I want to create a scholarship in her honor and in the honor of the other professor I loved who also has passed away. And I said, I'd like to fund a nursing student, and I would like to fund a single parent. So do you have anybody who needs tuition, who's a single parent, and who's a nursing student? Because the nurses are taking care of us with COVID. We have to support them, right? And she wrote me back, the community college head of the fundraising, and said, I have a student. She's everything you're looking for. She's a single mom of 2 beautiful girls, and she's a nursing student. And so do you know what I got to do this week? It was a big deal for me. I got to join a Zoom call, and I got to meet her this week on a Zoom call. And I was like, I'm not gonna cry, right? I'm not gonna cry. So I joined the Zoom call and I talked about my favorite professors who have passed away and how much, because they made all the difference for me. I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you today if I hadn't had those 2 women who really believed in me, right? And so I got to join this Zoom call and I gave my little talk about how much it meant to me to support this nursing student and how thankful I am for all of our first line providers and for our healthcare workers and everything. And I didn't cry. And then she got on camera with her daughters, who are 10 and 12, right? They're the same age as my kids, more or less. And her daughter said, thank you for helping my mom. And I lost it. So I'm on Zoom, I'm on camera. And I'm like, oh shit, right? Like now I'm not gonna be able to keep it together. So I'm crying and she's crying. And I mean, both of us are crying. And so she had decided she was gonna drop out because she couldn't make it work with COVID. And then she got the call that I had wanted to fund her for the year, and it allowed her to stay in nursing school. And so she said, you know, I gave it to God. I was like, God, if you want me to be in nursing school, then I'm going to need you to open a door. And she got the call literally like the next day. That moment happened because of you. You know, I think it's really important for you to know as Sage Goddess that we don't just look at it as us, like how do we benefit or what do we receive from you? We look at it as how blessed we are to have our community and how do we give back. And I want you to know tonight that there is somebody who is going to be healing us and taking care of us. And she's young and she's vital and she's really smart. And because you're here and because you support Sage Goddess, we get to support her. And we're going to continue to support her. And we made that difference. She's in nursing school and finishing because of us. I'm sharing this with you because I want you to know, I hope under this Leo full moon that you manifest everything that you desire. I really hope that you do. And when you are done manifesting what you want, what you need, what you wish to create, then I want you to look around you and go, who else, right? And I want you to ask your spirit guides and ask your ancestors and ask your wisdom teachers, lead me to where I can be of service. And they will. They absolutely will. And you can change the lives of other people. When you are blessed, please give back. And please give back with intention. It's so important. And I want you to know that we at Sage Goddess give back. We give back a lot. If you ever want to know how we give back, we have a whole give back page on our website. But this is an invitation for you because I think it's really important. You're going to receive a lot of blessings in your life if you do good for people, but then it's how do you put that back into the system that's so important. So tonight we're talking about a Leo full moon. We're talking about Shakti. And we're talking about it never being too late. You know, I became, I'm so glad that you guys are here. And thank you for seeing me with that experience because I was okay until her two beautiful daughters came online. And then I couldn't stop crying. I literally was like, oh my God, this woman's two beautiful daughters are here. How am I going to stop crying? And her daughters are so incredibly beautiful. I mean, radiant, right? Her daughters are going to go on and make huge magic. Like her mom's opening a door and then her daughters are goddesses, right? They're going to walk right on through that door and who knows what's possible for them, right? So tonight is all about, I'm going to turn on my other camera for you. I'm going to try and aim it correctly. There we go. Tonight is all about Shakti. And let me teach you about Shakti. Shakti is this goddess right here. And she's more than a goddess. Shakti is a force of creation. That's how she's understood in the Hindu pantheon. She's a force of creation. She's not somebody, in my experience, that you pray to, that you know, she's not that for me. She's an archetype. So I want you to read this with me. The Hindu goddess Shakti represents the divine feminine, creative power, and the primal energetic movement of the universe. As the catalyst and force of creation, Shakti is known as the great divine mother, the Mahadevi, right? The mother goddess. She is the being that called life forward from Shiva, her masculine counterpart, creating life where there had only been a single point of light. The masculine cannot create life on its own. I don't think I have to explain that to you. I love men. I love the masculine. Guess what they need to create life? Takes a container. Shakti translates to power, and she is dynamic, flowing, and changing. She gives rise to all existence. She represents the energy flowing through all beings. Shakti is the essence of manifestation and abundance. And she reminds you that anything is possible. Work with Shakti when you want to embody creative potential, beauty, and expansion. No, we need the masculine, and they need us. The message of Shakti is connect with the energy of the divine feminine within you, and anything is possible. You have the power to create life. How does that feel to you? You have the power to create life. Not alone. We all need each other, right? But how does that feel to you to know that you hold that essence of creation within you? Each of us needs the other. The masculine needs the feminine. The feminine needs the masculine. We crave it, right? But ultimately what tonight's about, right? Well, Nicole's asking, I thought new moons were for manifesting new beginnings. Tonight's a full moon, not a new moon. So we're not manifesting new beginnings. We're celebrating expansion tonight. So you are right about new moons, except we're in the opposite moon phase. Tonight is a full moon in Leo. And so tonight's about expanding and recognizing that we can't create magic alone. Magic requires duality. In alchemy, we call this the alchemical marriage, right? That law that says, I need you and you need me. And so tonight's not about clearing. It's not about setting new intentions. That's not what tonight's about. Tonight's about full force coming at you, co-creation, expansion, illumination, manifestation. The full moon is about what have you created, what can you create, and how do you expand it? Does that make sense? So, but it isn't about creating life through your uterus, Jen, to put a fine point on it, right? This isn't about birthing children. Some of the most powerful women I know have not had children and won't by choice. And they're goddesses, they're radiant, they're powerhouses, but that's not their path. You don't have to create life through a child. Your life comes through the book that you write, the poetry that you create. It comes through the home that you create for your family. It comes through the art that you paint or the jewelry that you make that is an absolute expression of your spirit's intensity. It comes through the restaurant that you open or through the work that you do in the world. It comes through your service to others and how selfless you are in that communion with other spirits. Life is not just about birthing a child. And I'll tell you that because I've birthed two, but I have created much more life than just my two children. I hope this ritual I'm creating for you tonight, and you can tell me, I hope what I'm creating for you tonight is birth, is creation. I hope I'm doing something for you tonight that leaves an imprint on this planet that says she did something. And it isn't just about what I can do with my uterus. Right? I mean, if that's all we are, right? It's our service, it's our love, it's our expression. I'm not giving birth tonight. I'm here telling you, I'm trying to rise you up and tell you how beautiful and powerful you are and to give you a sense of your divine purpose and your connection to your source creator. And that is my offering to you. And I think I'm pregnant with that, right? I think I'm full of that. I want to birth that to you tonight, but it has nothing to do with my uterus. What do you think of that? Okay. I'm just saying, right? We have to be careful not to interpret these things too literally. I didn't have children out of some expectation or assumption that that's what I was here to do. I had children because it appeared on my path and I was really grateful to do it. But my children are not my only creation. I'm here to birth other potentials. Aren't you? And what does that look like? And this is the key. Are you ready? Because a lot of women feel like once they've had children, they're done. Oh, honey. I hope that's not true because I have a lot left to give. I have a lot left to give. And I hope you do too. I love that so much. She's not giving birth. Look at that. Does she look like she's got her feet in the stirrups ready to push something out? No. She's birthing something else, and I'm into it. I'm here for it. I'm ready for this. That's right. No, I feel like I still have a lot of room to go and room to run and room to create and room to imagine and room to manifest. And I feel like, I'm going to tell you this too, I didn't fully know who I was until I had kids. How would I have been done? I didn't know fully who I was until after I had kids. That was like the crucible. That was the test. Then it was like, who are you really? What are you really here to do? Now that you've done all the other stuff, what are you really here to do? How are you really going to help other people? How are you really going to, you know, impact this planet or influence this planet or leave it in a better place than you found it? If childbirth was it, we'd all go home when we're done. But we're here. So we're not done. Okay. So Shakti is, and the Adi Shakti, which is the symbol, and you can say that with me, Adi Shakti, Adi Shakti, Adi Shakti, Adi Shakti, Adi Shakti, Adi Shakti. That mantra invokes the primordial force of creation. That was before humanity, before Earth, before anything on this planet. That invokes the primordial force, right? Oh yeah, baby. There's so much more to this, and I'm here and you're here and we're ready for this. We can do this together. Okay, now here's what I want to tell you, and this is very important for you tonight. Shakti isn't just one force. She goes by many names, doesn't she? She's all the goddesses in one. When she's creating and destroying, she is the face of Kali, Shakti. She can show up as Kali. She can build you up or tear you down, depending on what you need. Sometimes she's a wife and a consort to Shiva, sometimes. And so she shows up as Parvati. Sometimes she's just a force of prosperity. She creates prosperity and expansion, and so we call her Lakshmi. Sometimes she shows up in the form of music, and she's the Sarasvati, isn't she? Parvati, Lakshmi, Kali, Sarasvati. We know her by many names. What names do you go by? Are you not a wife, maybe? A sister? A lover, a partner, a friend, an employee? Are you not all these things? Do you not show up sometimes meek and kind of timid and afraid, and then sometimes you show up as the warrior with full of courage, right? Sometimes you're the wife who submits in her partnership to support the union. And sometimes you are none of those things. Sometimes you are not wife, not partner, not submissive. Sometimes you are here simply as the force of prosperity, and you blow through, you pour through like the river of wealth, right? That's exactly right. Durga is another face of her, right? So how do you show up? She shows up in other traditions, other pantheons, right? And so how do you show up? What does it look like when Shakti shows up in your pantheon, in your tradition, right? For me, she shows up as Athena, the goddess of wisdom. That is Shakti. That's the Adi Shakti. That is the force of creation showing up simply to activate our intellect and our mind and to stimulate us in this way. And you are all of those things. So tonight, I want you to close your eyes. I love it. Apple says homesteader, artist, nature lover. Sometimes I'm a warrior. Sometimes I'm a leader. Sometimes I'm a follower. Sometimes I'm just a mother. Sometimes I'm just a lover. Right? Aren't you all those things? So tonight I want you to step into this, and I want you to ask yourself, what face of Shakti are you going to embody tonight? The force of creation looks like lots of things. And I want to get us out of, I am a creation force because I had children. That is not your only creative force. It's not even your most important creative force. Because your art is the force, your love is the force, your home is the force, the food you prepare for everyone is a force, the way you hold space for others is a force, the way you hold your friends and your friendship is a force, the way you show up in your community is a force. All of these things are a force. So what is your face of Shakti for tonight? I live with her as Athena, right? I live with her as the force of wisdom, the inspiration, the light worker, right? The support system for your family, and the glue for Alexis, the spiritual warrior for Janine, right? And Stephanie's like, I don't know. And that's okay, because Stephanie, interestingly, you're in that space between, because you're in that primal motherhood phase right now, which takes you into that role in a really specific way until you emerge forth from it. When your kids don't necessarily need you in that role the way they do now, because you have tinies. And so you might just be mom now. I was just mom for about 5 years until my kids didn't need me quite in that way anymore. And I could see myself as an artist, as a mentor, as a teacher, as a leader, and all of these other things. And so it's a choice tonight. Tonight is a choice under this incredible Leo full moon. How will you take up this mantle? And I support you however you choose to do that. Because there's no wrong way to do it. You're going to do it accurately and correctly for you. And Aviva says, I don't know, it's hard. Of course it's hard. But I love it. Look below you. Joanne's a singer and a dancer and a crone, a creator of beauty. I'm in the space of the healer, and I'm an empty nester, and I, right? Create beauty in your life. I had a phone call with someone today, and then we're going to get into our journey. I had a phone call with someone today. And they create beauty. And do you know how they do it? Through plants. That's how they create beauty, is through bringing live plants into their space. And it's a passion for this person. They're a horticulturist, right? They raise the vibration by bringing living plants into their space. Is that not the force of creation? I think that is the force of creation. It can be so simple, you guys, and so beautiful in its simplicity. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to go back to my dual screen so you can see. I'm going to light my candle. I want to invite you to light your candle too. When we light our candles, we invoke the element of fire, which is so important. So I want you to light your candle tonight. You see? And then if you have your flower, your Rose of Jericho, I want to show you, we have these available for you tonight. Have you seen these before? This is called the Rose of Jericho, or the Flower of Jericho. I've got it in water. This comes from Mexico, but it's been found all over the Middle East. It goes back to the Bible. And I want to show you how they come and how they unfold, because this could be a really powerful symbol for you. I've been working with this for the last couple of days, and it's such a symbol of possibility. This particular herb can go 7 to 15 years with no water. Just like that, looks like a tumbleweed. But when you sit this in a bowl with some water, it becomes this. This is 3 days away from this. Look at that. This has been dry for 7 years. And you know why I brought this to you tonight? Because I want you to try this. I want you, because this tells you it's never too late. Even if you think it is, it's never too late. You have exactly enough time to manifest all of your dreams and visions. It's never too late. It's not too late tonight. It won't be too late tomorrow. It's not too late next month. There's plenty of time for you to do everything you're here to do. And every time you look at your Rose of Jericho, I want you to remember that. This is you right now, right? Because you've been parched. This was me in 2020. And this is me in 2021. Now I'm not parched anymore. I have enough water. I'm blooming. I'm expanding. I'm becoming my fullest potential, right? Isn't this cool? So we have these for you at Sage Goddess. And I thought it was a really great way of showing you with a plant, right, that it's never too late for you. You are a Rose of Jericho. I'm telling you, 2020 had me all like this. I should make a meme out of it. 2020 had me like this, and 2021 has me going, you know what? I'm gonna bloom where I'm planted, damn it. And it's not too late for me. And I don't care how long it's been. You put me in water, I'm blooming. Zoe didn't believe it. So Zoe was like, I don't believe that that is gonna bloom. And I was like, okay, well, that's fine. Let's put it in our water. And then when she saw it yesterday for the first time, she was like, oh. It's like, yeah, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's true. Okay. Tonight you have your 3 oracle cards. You support it. Thank you, Jessica. Empower yourself. Because you are the Adi Shakti. You are the force of creation. And it is never too late to revive your potential. No matter how long you've been without water. Wake up. Wake up. Put yourself in some water. The waters of love. The message of Rose of Jericho is, a little goes a long way. Surround yourself with love and nourishment, and watch as you bloom into your full potential. Yes. So I know this sounds really crazy, but for tonight, would you do me a favor, if you're open to it? Would you sit on your plate? I'm asking you to sit on it. I've asked you to do weirder things than that, so I think you're okay. If that's the weirdest thing you do with me, you're in luck. A little bit, it's your third eye for what you know, it's your wrist for what you do, and it's your ankles for where you go. Amber, black hemlock for protection, plumeria for expansion, and then all of the rose and jasmine attars for India, for opening, for awareness, for awakening, right? That's good, right? I've had you sit on some stuff. It's okay. You can sit on things. Don't be afraid. Your stuff isn't going to break anything. And then when you use it, it's especially special. Casey says he hasn't gotten as much action since pre-COVID time. So listen, you're welcome, and you're welcome. My work here is done for tonight. Okay. You ready? What is my star necklace? Well, this one is the Adi Shakti. This is a magician pendant. And then this is a little hexagon, which is the graduation amulet that my students get when they finish their programs with me. So thank you for noticing all of them. I love it. Okay. So I'm playing my sacral bowl for you. I'm gonna play it so gently tonight because too much of this will really stimulate a Kundalini awakening, and I'm not trying to do that. I don't want to open you all the way tonight, but And just feeling that through your lower chakras, through your hips, through your testes and the ovaries. You should be feeling that all the way through your procreative organs. Woo! I love that, Chrisanne. That's so awesome. So that is opening your sacral chakra, which is again the chakra that governs your creativity. It sits between the ovaries and the testes. So we're just opening up that energy center to prepare you for the work of tonight. So tonight's question is, how are you going to create now this life that you seek? I wrote a poem today on my personal page, and I won't share it with you here. But if you're curious, you can go to my personal Facebook page and read it. And what that poem suggested is that the way we're living right now on this planet is not the way we're meant to be living. We need to be connected. We need to be in physical contact with each other. We need to be in energetic contact with each other. We need to see each other. We need to hear each other. We need to touch each other. We need to have all of our sensory experiences together. And under this Leo full moon, what I am magnifying, what I'm illuminating, what I'm bringing forward, me personally, is the return to the richness and the fullness of the human experience. I am absolutely anchoring space for that tonight. If you want to do that with me, that is beautiful, and I would welcome it. If that feels accurate to you, you don't have to be in alignment with where I'm at, but I am ready to envision a world where we come together, where we are unified as one, and we are connecting, touching, eating together, sharing meals, sharing wine, sharing space, sharing tears, sharing all of the physicality of our relationship together. So that's what I am manifesting tonight under this Leo full moon, because Leos are all about what's impossible and making the impossible possible. So if you want to know what I'm drumming for tonight, what I'm surfacing tonight, what I'm expanding tonight, what I'm illuminating tonight, it is, I am finished with being separate. I am ready to be fully connected and unified with all forms of creation across all timelines and across all locations for the remainder of my existence. And I am so ready to claim it tonight. I'm being really brave, because some of you may say, no, you know what, forget it. You shouldn't ask for that yet, it's too soon. And I'm just telling you, I am breathing life into it. I am breathing fire into it. I'm bringing all of my Leo passion and my Leo intensity, because I need hugs and kisses and, crystal licking and inappropriate behavior, and I need meals, and I need shared space, and I need communion with humans. I need that for my health and my happiness. I want you to ask yourself now what you are breathing fire into tonight, because that's what a Leo full moon is. We are breathing fire, we are breathing life, we are breathing potential, we are breathing the life force. And I hope you can feel it coming through me, because I'm trying to raise as much of it as I can in this here, now, space, dimension moment for you to tap into that energy stream. If we can't get it tonight, we're not going to have a lot of full moons like this, with no eclipses, with no limitations, other than just, right, complete pure dragon fire energy coming through. So the return to love, the return to connection, the return to health, the return to communion, the return to alignment, the return to connection, the return to unification, the return to alignment, the return to passion, the return to travel, the return to multidimensionality and multiculturality, and the return to you know, speaking each other's languages with each other and being able to express our individuality, but in a collective way. That's what I'm trying to bring forward tonight. So I hope you can feel it, because I am really calling every single energetic force into this moment to create. And I'm going to drum it like I've never drummed before. So if you're seeing passion tonight, it's because I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. And if you're ready too, this could be real good for us tonight. But it could be anything. It could be a new house, a new home, a new relationship, a new sensuality, a new sexuality, a new partnership, a new zest for life. It could be a new connection, a new acquaintance, a new relationship that like leads you to the next part of your professional path. It could be a new mentor. It could be a new teacher. It could be a whole new whatever it is, right? So guides and guardians, we're calling you in tonight. Guides and guardians of the East. Tonight we're blowing fire in all directions. That's right, travel home. Some of you haven't been home for a really long time. How will it feel to go home? Home! Oh my God! May you go home this year. Guides and guardians of the East, show us the clear path to the return, to our power, to expansion, to vision. And Shakti, see us here in the East. We are opening the door. Fearlessly, courageously. We're ready, Shakti. And we're ready. Guides and guardians of the East, we welcome you in tonight for a new day, a new beginning. Open that door. Feels good, doesn't it? Seeing your home, seeing your parents, and let that rain fall tonight in LA. It's gonna rain all over us tonight. It sees that fire, meets it with its element. Guides and guardians of the South. Ooh, we open that door tonight. Fire in the South. This Leo full moon. We're brave, we're unapologetic. We're ready, we're powerful. We've waited, we've been patient. Now the fire burns. Guides and guardians of the South, open the door to courage, play, curiosity, experimentation, passion, sensuality, sexuality. Help us open wide to potential tonight. Yeah, baby. Get in there. We're ready. We welcome the guides and the guardians of the South. And guides and guardians of the West, as you rain on us tonight in LA, you bring your water medicine. I'll bring my fire medicine. I'm ready to open the door to healing, to prosperity, to recovery, to emotional healing and processing, to nurturing, kindness, generosity, to releasing judgment in the West. Water, work your magic. We welcome in the guides and the guardians of the West. And to the guides and the guardians of the North, earth energy anchoring us, tethering us to the earth, reminding us that this is our home and we can make it better. We should release all fear tonight, be patient. Trust in the process, knowing that we're cared for. Our ancestors, our elders hold us tightly. They see us in our moments of fear and insecurity. They remind us we're always safe, always held. Nothing to fear. Guides and guardians of the North, we welcome you in tonight with passion, with curiosity, with great gratitude, and with peace, with stability. And we give thanks to the guides and guardians of the East, and to the guides and the guardians of the South for all that courage, playfulness, curiosity, passion, desire, all of that in the South. And to the guides and the guardians of the West, we thank them for prosperity, for flow, for nurturing, for healing of all of our emotions. And to the guides and the guardians of the North, we thank you for patience, peace, purpose, and also for prosperity, for protection, for the stabilization of our energy field, and for knowing that we're held and connected to the earth at all times, even when we're not sure. Even when we feel unplugged or disconnected, we know that we always have that tether. So thank you to the guides and the guardians of the North. And together we say, Amen Aho, and so it is. Amen Aho, and so it is. Okay. So, for this part of the meditation, this is your divination part of our meditation tonight. And each one of you got a pendulum in your kit to work with. I got an aventurine pendulum, which I love. For growth, fertility, good luck, new opportunities, new possibilities. Look at it. I'm not moving. Do you see it? I haven't moved. It wants to talk. So tonight I'm going to ask you to ask 3 questions. And the questions need to be, what do you need to illuminate right now tonight under this unapologetic Leo full moon? You're seeing me in my full Leo-ness tonight because I'm not always like this, but I do have this in me where I say, you know what? And when I coach people, I'm like this. Stop playing small. Stop apologizing. You are who you are. You are here with your gifts. You're perfect. You don't need to change. Nothing needs to be fixed. And now step up and do the thing, because life is short, right? Oh yeah, it's for now, baby. It hasn't moved. Do you see me? I mean, it hasn't stopped going and I'm not moving. It's like, yes, 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 yes. Okay. Oh, I love it. Crystal Core says, Jessica says she's got light language flowing. Please bring it, bring it, bring it tonight. And it's blowing outside. Oh, I can feel the air and the wind through the windowsill. It's beautiful. Whatever pendulum you have is perfect, Samantha, and you're all ready. So the first question is, I'm going to divide mine by the realms. Okay, my 3 questions. You can do it however you want to do it. My first question, and these are the full moon kits. There's one for next month. It's in the shop tonight. I'll tell you about it when we're done. So we have these. On each full moon, we launch the kit for the next full moon. So if you want next month's tools, you can get it. I can't believe this is still going. I have not moved an inch. You see it, right? In the lower realm, which is the realm of the ancestors and the crystals and the bones. It's the energy source of this planet. In the lower realm, am I prepared to activate my gifts? Woo! Right? That's right. I think this kit is gone, but the next month's kit is there. Okay. Is my gift to help people with their creativity? You can see it, right? Is it best to bring this gift forward online? I'm just asking. You have to ask yes and no questions. So what's your yes and no question in the lower realm? How are you going to honor your ancestors, bring their wisdom forward, be a source of healing and support for other people, right? You sing Mother Mary, I love it, Sue Wolf. Is my gift, and I want you to ask yourself questions too. Is my gift, is it time for me to bring my lower world gifts through the realm of the ancestors, the bones, the minerals? Am I meant to bring that gift through my writing? Am I meant to bring that gift through speaking? Am I meant to bring that gift through other means that I'm not aware of yet? Ask all the questions tonight. It's really important because the energy's flowing. So Joanne, if you don't have a pendulum, guess what you do, girl? You take a necklace off. I'm going to teach you. This is called MacGyvering your spiritual development. Joanne, I'm going to teach you right now. So Joanne, I travel a lot when there isn't a global pandemic. I'm not home very much because I like to travel. I have a Sagittarius moon. And when I travel, sometimes I forget a pendulum. It's okay. Because I have necklaces. Is it time to bring my soul gifts forward? Is it time to bring my soul gifts forward online? Let's watch this. Is it time to bring my soul gifts forward in person? Oh, it's still saying yes. Is it time to bring my soul gifts forward through coaching? Is there another way to bring my soul gifts forward? Isn't it crazy? When we're in a circle, you guys, your pendulum's going to go faster. It's just the law. So tonight, enjoy it. You can use a needle and thread. I love it from Saya. I love all these tips. Okay, so look at that. Samantha says, mine is saying, yes, I'm ready. No, it's not for online, but to be in person through one-on-one healing. So Samantha, what are you going to do? I want you to write it down tonight. What's your plan? How are you going to do this? Who's going to receive this? What does it look like? You don't have to have everything figured out tonight, but I want to put a little pressure on you. So yes, for me, is north and south like this, and no, I'll show you what no looks like, is east and west. Yeah, Bumblebee says, put a ring on a piece of thread. Don't overthink this, right? And if it's not moving, ask it. Am I asking the right questions? It'll tell you, am I asking the right questions? Isn't that fun? Yes, 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 yes. So ask it, Irene. Are you asking the right questions? Online, not in person. Yes, until coaching for Lauren. So then ask it more questions about that. Now, let's ask middle world questions. This is like you, me, here, now, in the human realm. I'm going to use my pendulum, but now you saw how you can use it as a necklace, or you can use a necklace to be your pendulum. So, you get a circle for no. I like it. Valerie gets a circle for no. So, in this here and now moment, in the middle world, do I need to, do I need to create other opportunities for people to learn? And do these need to be online? Do these need to be in person right now? You see the no? Do these need to be online? Do you see it switch? Do these need to be in person? Did you see it switch? I'm just showing you. It's an absolute no. I do not need to be doing in-person work with people right now. Do you see it? Do you want me to show you again? Because it's pretty clear. If it's in circles, it doesn't know. So you have to ask it a different question. See mine? Ask me another question. Okay, so Majestic got no online. I got no in person, okay? Circles mean I don't know, ask a different question. Now, let's ask for the upper world. In the spirit realm, it's a whole different question. Am I connected to my higher self? Am I able to hear the voice of my higher self clearly? Am I missing any of the messages from my higher self at this time? Do you see it switch to no? Do you want to see it again? Now it's circling. Do you see it? I don't know. Ask another question. Okay. Is there a new way to communicate with my higher self this year? And will that way be communicated to me, expressed to me, taught to me? Is my soul going to evolve in the year ahead? Will I learn new things? Will my efforts be blessed? It's fun, right? Are you missing messages? You can ask, am I blocked, right? And if it goes to I don't know, ask a different question. Am I missing messages from my higher self? Mine says no, but I'm always asking. Am I missing messages from my spirit guides? It says no. Am I missing messages from the angels or the angelic realms? Am I interpreting spirit messages accurately? It said yes. Did you see it? A sudden stop sometimes means you need to take a breath, come back into your energy, and ask the question again when you get a sudden stop. Isn't it fun? And then just keep going. If you're brave enough, you can ask all the questions. You know? It's like, go ahead and ask me. What are you going to ask me tonight? Right? On this huge Leo full moon. Yeah, it's east-west from where you're facing or seated, Luna, for Rose. It's a great question. So just think about it. Yes, no questions. Aylin says, I don't know what to ask. It's okay. Am I on the right path? Is there somewhere else you want me to be, or something else you want me to be doing right now? It says no. Do you find it easy to communicate with me? Am I ready for the next level of work that's ahead? Is there anything else I need to be doing to prepare for that next level of work this year? It says no. A circle means ask another question. Mine just went to a circle. Did you see it? Ask another question. If it just shakes, then stop, Christina Maldonado, and ask it again. Am I on the right path? Fun, right? Isn't it fun? My kids, by the way, are obsessed with pendulums now because now they've discovered it and they're good at it. So they're always like, am I going to get a good test on a grade on my math test? I don't have a math test. It's going in circles. It's like, what are you talking about? You don't have a math test. I love it. Yeah. Okay. Now. Woo. We sure can, Desi. I'd be happy to do that for you, to put the questions on Facebook for you. Just to guide you and get you started, and then you can ask your own questions. But just make sure they're yes or no. If you ask big questions like, who am I supposed to marry? That's not a good pendulum question, because it's going to be like, it's going to go in circles and go. But if you say, am I supposed to marry Bob? Because Bob's right in front of you, then it'll go yes, yes, yes. So divination's always better at a full moon. So I'm going to take just 2 more minutes here under this Leo full moon. Well, Alexis is like, how do I know if they were accurate? I think you have to trust it. I mean, I trust spirit wisdom. I really do. And you can feel when it's moving. And so Sarah, take a break and come back to it again. Oh, Bob, I know. I've never dated anybody named Bob. That's why it's a really safe name for me. I've never slept with a Bob. I've never dated a Bob. There were no Roberts in my... So whenever I talk about relationships and I don't want to personalize it, I always say Bob. Because I don't know any Bobs either, so it's kind of like it's a safe name. That's right. So under this Leo full moon, Shakti, we call upon you as the force of creation. We ask you to come in our circle tonight and to move through our energy fields as the force of creation, as the consort to Shiva. Teach us what it means to be the ultimate source of divine feminine energy. To come through us as children, but also to come through us as not children. As I said, the most powerful people I know never had children. There's other ways to express your power and your creativity. And so Shakti, come through tonight and show us under this big Leo full moon how we are supposed to embody and express and experience, expand our creative force. What does it look like? Where do we go? How do we do it? Show us. Bring us the people, the resources, the finances. We open all timelines, doorways, and dimensions to all resources, financial, material, human, to bring forward what we need to create in this lifetime to manifest our divine creativity. We shine a powerful light on everything that's needed tonight, knowing that everything is possible, opening all doorways, dimensions, possibilities. Pulling that energy up from the east in the form of the breath, and the south in the form of the fire, from the west in the form of the water, from the north in the form of the earth and the crystals. And we ask that you, Shakti, breathe the breath of life and creation through all of our tools, through the air, through the fire, through the water, through the earth, to inspire us, not just tonight, for the entire year ahead, all of 2021, through every cycle, teaching us to trust, to have confidence in our own abilities and faith in what's possible. Teach us how to move like the lion, fearlessly, stepping into our own power, our own possibility tonight. We give thanks to you, Shakti, for this energy. I am the force of creation. I am the force of creation. I am the force of creation. Amen, aho. And so it is. Amen, aho. And so it is. You are the force of creation. Woo! That's right. Are you supposed to use a certain hand for your pendulum? It's a great question, by the way. If you talk to someone who's very traditional, that's not me, but someone who is very traditional, they will tell you to use your pendulum using your non-dominant hand, which is your non-writing hand. I don't do it that way. I've always used my writing hand. So Shauna, the answer is I don't know, because purists will tell you not to use your writing hand, and I've always used my writing hand. So I could be completely wrong. But at this point, I've been doing it for over 30 years, so I'm kind of okay with not doing it the right way. It works for me. Okay, so, you know, Stephanie uses her writing hand too. And Elisa does too. Okay, this makes me feel a little bit better. I know, Rhonda says you're a rebel. Jess does the same thing. Ting does the same thing. All right. I'm in good company, you guys, with some very magical folks. So if they're doing it that way. What I've learned about magic, I will tell you, having been around this block and to a couple of rodeos, and I will conclude our ceremony tonight with this. Everybody thinks they know how to do it, and everybody thinks everybody else is wrong if they don't do it exactly the same way. And what I've learned is there's no one way to do it. Anything in life. There's no one way to cook. There's no one way to raise children. There's no one way to get pregnant. There's no one way to do magic. There's no one way to manifest. And so that's why I have thrown all the rules completely out the window and just done everything the way my intuition has led me, because it has worked for me. And because I've learned how to trust my intuition, I think it's made my magic more powerful. But at the same time, I really do respect people who have very hard rules about you only do it with this hand, or you only do it with that hand, or you can't look out the window while you're doing it, or you shouldn't do it on a Wednesday or whatever. I try to respect all of that. But at the same time, if you're going to work with me, you have to know I break every rule. I really do. And I do it pretty intentionally, because rules to me and magic are two different things. And the rules can often kind of like constrain you when magic is supposed to open you and expand you. And I think your intuition is always right. So what that means is, if I teach you something and your intuition says it's not right, you should absolutely throw what I'm saying out the window, because I'm probably wrong. Do you know what I mean? So I always tell people, here's how I do it. If you don't like it, do it your own way, and you're probably right. But that doesn't, you know, that's not always the right answer for people. I've been doing it for a long time. So that's why I'm like, you know, if you want to do it with just your right hand, or only when your left eye is closed or whatever, you totally do you, but I just have my own way of doing things, and it works for me. And then I want to liberate you too. Ooh, I like that. Stephanie wants Adi Shakti tattoos. I actually, when I can, one of the first things I'm going to do after COVID is get as many tattoos as I can on my body. I literally, I'm going to be covered. I'm probably going to have sleeves on both arms, because I've just been waiting until after COVID. So anyway, you should get an Adi Shakti symbol as a tattoo. I think it would be very good for you. That's right. Well, Jennifer said, plus your left hand is the hand for receiving, and you're trying to receive messages. And so again, if you want to follow those rules, I think it's great. I don't always follow them, but I think I'm too, rebellious. Yeah, so Cecilia and I are gonna get sleeves when COVID's over, right? Oh, I love it. How beautiful is that, Larissa? I love that so much. So anyway, I will always support you. If you say, you know what, Athena, the way you do it's weird, I do it this other way, I think it's better, I will always say, great. You do it your way, I do it my way, and we're probably both right somehow. Okay, do you now know how you are going to illuminate passion and creation in your life right now? Do you feel like you are coming out of this? My entire intention tonight is to simply ask and answer that question. Do you know how you're going to manifest desire and passion in your life right now? I do. But I feel like I always know the answer to that question. I am like embodied passion. You need to go and get it. Life isn't going to bring it to you on a platter. You need to go and get it and create it and build it and invite it and summon it and make love to it and be passionate about it and embody it and embrace it and never give up on it and speak to it and dream about it and whisper to it. I like it. Brandy says, I don't know yet, but I'm hoping to find out. I'm with you. Kevin says he's going to break the rules. I'm into it. Thank you, Kevin, for that. And if you don't, Sherry and Kelly, keep asking the questions tonight. How do I do this? How do I discover my passion? Where is it? Is it sitting within me? Is it outside of me? And get that pendulum out and say, is this the right direction? Is crafting the right direction? Is cooking the right direction? Is parenting the right direction? Is teaching the right direction? Is writing the right direction? And let your pendulum kind of give you the yes, no, to start to answer some of those questions, right? And get excited about your life. This is, and I'm going to say this one more time tonight, this is all you got. And whether you love it or don't is only up to you. When my grandmother died, which has been many years, she passed away in 1998. It's hard to believe I've been without her for 23 years in April, because she was the most faithful person I've ever known in my entire life. I've never known anyone more faithful than my grandmother. And do you know what she told me before she died? Stayed with me all these years. She only regretted what she didn't do. She didn't regret what she did. She only regretted what she didn't do. And you get to a point in your life where those moments are behind you. So be brave, stop caring what other people think, and put on your Leo hat and you just do it. And you do it because Athena said you should do it. And because my grandma would tell you, when this whole experience ends, right, when the whole curtain closes, as it will on us someday, I want you to feel like, you know what, I was brave. I did it. I didn't care what other people thought. I didn't care what other people said. I danced my dance and I shook my booty and I did it. And I was big about it. I was brave about it, right? That's right. And you have a sticker, by the way. I'm going to put this on my notebook afterward, but for right now, I'm going to put that right there. I'm the force of creation. Because I'm brave. Grandma would be proud of you. So let's release the guides and the guardians of the four directions. Put your sticker wherever you want to stick it. Thank you, Zoe. Well, you know what? I really love what I do, and I love awakening people who are dormant, you know, because you're trying to do everything the right way, and yet there's a sense in you that this can't be all there is, isn't there? Isn't there some part of you that's like, there's got to be more than this, right? This can't be all there is. And I'm telling you right now, you're right. This isn't all there is. There's so much more that's possible for you. But you have to step forward and be brave. And you have to say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to create this. I'm going to expand. You have been given your dreams for a reason. That dream to create that thing or build that thing or design that product or create your art piece or, you know, become a teacher or whatever it is was given to you for a reason. And so I will do everything in my power to support you, and hopefully you have lots of people in your life who are like that too. I will literally stand up and cheer when I see you bringing your gifts forward, and this planet has never needed you more than it does right now. You have a sacred responsibility to be bold. And this is not the time for being weak or shy or I don't know, or I don't want people to judge me or whatever. I mean, hopefully you see me tonight in front of 2,000 people going, this is who I am. This is why I'm here. I think I'm here to show you a new path and a new door. And I don't know exactly where it's going to lead you. I don't have all the answers. I can't tell exactly what's going to happen in the next 6 to 12 months of your life or my life or the planet or whatever. But what I do know for sure is we are meant to be guided by these stars, by this moon, by this energy, and we're supposed to breathe into this, and we're supposed to expand into this, and we're not meant to be sad or depressed or discouraged or separate from each other. We're meant to be connected, we're meant to be united, and we're meant to be liberated. And this Leo full moon is like, if this isn't go time, when is it? Is go time going to be next Thursday or the week after that or the next new moon? A Leo full moon is like, we're going to do this right now, right? I'm going to rock right now. I'm Rob Bass and I came to get down. I'm not internationally known, but I'm known to rock a microphone. And I totally wanted to come live to you tonight and just shake you up a little bit and go, I'm your Leo sister. I'm here for this. And if you're not going to do this year, then when are you going to do it? Because the invitation is here and I just need you to come and say yes and step forward with it and do something brave with it, because the whole world's waiting for you. And I can't do it alone, and you can't do it alone, and Sue Wolf can't do it alone, and Larissa can't do it alone, and Rhonda Weatherford can't do it alone, right? And Melanie can't do it alone, so we have to have you. We're doing this now as a family, and we're not quite united the way we need to be just yet, but we will be, I think, in the year ahead. So please show up to the party. We're so ready for you. Because you get stupid, I mean outrageous. I want to tell you, do you know that the highlight of my, I'm going to release the Guardians in just a minute, but the Guardians appreciate this. My proudest parental moment is when both of my kids proved that they know all the lyrics to It Takes Two. It was a big deal for me, because if you grew up in the 80s and you know Rob Bass, for your children who have never really even heard it all that much, to sing Rob Bass, It Takes Two, all of the lyrics accurately, that's just a sign of good parenting. I mean, I think that is just me saying yes to parenting, and what a great job I've done. You're okay doing it. I'm going to sign off the Guardians for you. Okay. So to the guys and the Guardians of the North tonight under this big Leo full moon, we thank you. We release you with gratitude. Thank you for your patience and your presence and peace and your purpose that you always provide. We are so grateful to the guys and the Guardians of the North. And to those guides and guardians of the West, we release you with gratitude. Thank you for the renewal, the purification, the connection, the prosperity, the abundance, the ability to feel each other tonight across space and time. We're so grateful, and we release you with gratitude. And to the guides and the guardians of the South, we thank you and release you with gratitude. Thank you for courage and playfulness and passion and desire under this Leo full moon, super fiery full moon. Thank you for showing us we can do both, right? We can play and we can manifest. We can be passionate and full of desire and creativity, and we can succeed and prosper and grow and expand. We can be both all the time. So thank you to the guides and the guardians of the South. We release you with gratitude. And to the guides and the guardians of the East, thank you for a new day, a new cycle after this full moon. Thank you for teaching us how to create clarity and spaciousness, how to open the energy field and how to step into it with optimism, which is all about the East, with bravery, with the ability to see past the obstacles that we perceive on our path, trusting in the process too. And so thank you to the guides and the guardians of the East. We release you with gratitude. Woo! So we went long tonight, but thank you for being here. This was your full moon in Leo. It had to be very fiery. It had to be all the things. I want to thank our guide and goddess Shakti for being with us tonight as I extinguish her flame. Smoke's going due north, right? Which means we're on purpose, we're on task, we're focused. I love that so much. And I'm going to remove my disc from underneath me. It's warm. So this, what I'm gonna do with this, I have a glass that I drink every morning I drink lemon water. A lot of you probably do too. It's really good for alkalizing your system. It's good for maintaining your weight. It's good for purifying and cleansing your system. So every morning for the next month, I'm going to place my water. I have a single glass that I drink out of every morning. I'm going to place that glass on this every morning and charge it before I drink it. I want to invite you to do the same thing. If you have other things you want to do with this, you can charge your pendulum here for energies of creation. You can charge your perfumes here. You can charge your coffee cup here. You can charge your lotions and beauty products here. Again, Shakti represents beauty, potential, desire, creativity. You could place your Rose of Jericho. Remember, these are now at sagegoddess.com. I think they're $4 or $5 for one of these if you want to go get one at the website. The code is 19love for 19% off. Isn't that fun? Make moon water tonight and then put your moon water on your disc to charge it. 1000% you should be doing that. There's almost nothing you can't do with this. So what I'm going to say is don't put this in a drawer somewhere. This should be an active working tool. Put it under your bed if you're going to, have some fun. Are they sold out? Really? I just use regular kitchen water, just out of the tap from my Rose of Jericho. We'll try to get more of those. I'm so sorry those sold out, you guys. What a bummer. I don't have any more of the charging plates. It's good to know that you guys want it though, because maybe in the future we could have more of these made. Okay, so I'm going to show you. Let me see if I can do this. I don't know if I can. I'm going rogue. Are you ready? Well, let me just say before we do this that I want to release all of our guides and guardians with gratitude tonight. There were so many who were here with us, and ancestors and beings of light. So I want to release them all, and I want to release Shakti herself from our ceremony space. And thank her for her creative essence that she brought forward tonight, because it was so good, and I hope you felt it. Okay, now, what do I show you? Do you see back there? That is next month's full moon kit. Right there on that table. Do you see it? That is for Hera. That's her altar cloth, her candle, her perfume. And you get a little commitment jar because we're doing a commitment ceremony. Sorry, I hope you're not getting nauseous by watching me do this. Camera tricks are not always easy. So, if you get your Hera kit before midnight, one of you wins this bracelet I've been wearing all night long, which is tanzanite. Oh my God, you guys, look at that. That is natural tanzanite. You hear the rain? No, come on, camera. That's tanzanite with quartz. There you go. Isn't that beautiful? And rainbow moonstone, and then quartz at your wrists. That is an almost 20 karat tanzanite. This is a $500 sterling silver and 14 karat gold bracelet. So one of you who gets your kit before midnight is getting this. So good luck. Yeah, so the Rose of Jericho is the Rose of Jericho, or sometimes it's called the Flower of Jericho. And I want to tell you a little bit about it really quickly. Like I said, it's found in the Middle East and it's found in Mexico, and it can go up to 10 years with no water. So what happens with the flower of Jericho or Rose of Jericho or flower of Mariam, which is how you'll hear about it in the Islamic tradition, is it comes to you and it looks like this. Even if you're not getting one, I just think it's cool to learn about it, okay? This is how it comes. This is probably 5 or 6 or 7 years old with no water, okay? It just looks like it looks like it's dead. The minute you put it in water, I'm talking within an hour, it does that. And do you know what's really cool? It follows the Fibonacci sequence, the golden mean, which is one of the mathematical ratios of creation. This is why we're showing this to you tonight. So even if you get one somewhere else, if we're sold out, you can always look on eBay or Etsy or another place that you love to shop, if you have an herbal shop that you love. But I want you to see, and do you know what the medicine of this is? It's so fun. The medicine of this plant is, it's never too late for you to grow. How many of you feel like this? Like you've been sitting around for 3 years or 5 years or 7 years or 10 years with no water, and you're like, well, guess it's over. Until somebody puts you in water and then you come to life. So this for me, just as a woman, as a mom, I remember when my kids were small. I remember thinking when my kids were like, 2 and 4, there was a moment where I really thought that I was done. I was like, well, I'm just a mom now, and I don't have time to take care of myself. I don't have money to spend on myself. I can't, I guess I'm done, and now it's just about helping them. Until I had kind of a reawakening when my kids were 2 and 4, 1 and 3 really. When I came back to myself, and I really felt like this. I felt like somebody had put me in water. Do you know what I mean? And there was still life in me. And so if you have needed to feel that inspiration, that connection, like, no, it's not over for you. Really, Kiki B has one sitting in water. So Kiki, what does yours look like? Can you post a picture of it on our event page so I can see it? Did yours come alive even more than this? You don't need much water, by the way. I literally have the tiniest little bit of water in the bottom of my little copper dish. You're just floating this in water. It's not like you have to really submerge it. Isn't that cool? So no, once it's open, Debbie, it's open, and then you can use it. Some people take it and grind it and put it into incense, right? Or they work it into their magic some other way. You can use it as a mortar and pestle and kind of grind it up and add it to other herbs and make an incense out of it. But yeah, isn't that beautiful? You're not done. That's right, you get out of mommy jail. That's really true. Isn't that fun? Really, Yvonne says, I've had one since I got married. Look at that. So their healing properties, what they represent is rebirth. It's called the resurrection flower, Kaz. And resurrection can mean all kinds of things. What are you rising from? What are you rising above, right? What are you becoming that you weren't before? And I feel like for me, it was motherhood, because I had to resurrect myself from that. But for other people, it's resurrecting themselves from a job that, wasn't aligned to their purpose, or resurrecting themselves from a relationship that was not in alignment with their soul, or resurrecting themselves from a family that didn't treat them respectfully. So whatever you're rising from or, resurrecting from, it's all about showing you that there's still life inside of you. So I wanted to teach you about it tonight, even though, so how did I renew myself? It's a really great question. And I'm going to tell you, Danielle, the honest truth, and I hope that it doesn't take this for you. When my kids were 1 and 3, sorry, this is kind of the after hours edition, but I'm going to stay for just another couple minutes if you have any questions. When my kids were 1 and 3, I was traveling for work and I lost my vision. Overnight. I literally woke up and I lost my vision. And I was diagnosed with MS. We're going on 11 years now. And that's when I stopped and said, enough is enough, right? If I'm going to lose my vision, if my health is going to be a challenge, I'm going to live authentically and powerfully into my passion and into my purpose. And that was really the first time that I asked myself, what do I really want to do? If I completely took all the wheels off, right? All the limitations, all the restrictions, what would I want to do? And what I'm doing with you tonight was the answer to that question. I wanted to teach people about magic and the moon and how to manifest and how to work with cycles and how to work with crystals, because it had always been my passion. But I thought I had to do something else for a living. And so I got brave and I resurrected because I got sick. So my hope and my wish for you, truly, is that it doesn't take that for you. You know what I mean? The universe wanted me to do something else. And it, unfortunately, because I wasn't paying attention, it had to use some pretty extreme measures to reach me. Don't let it require that for you. Say yes to your dreams and don't wait for the universe to really shake you like it shook me, because I wasn't paying attention and I was afraid. Does that make sense? It's the honest, true answer. And it was scary, but I also, at the same time, it wasn't scary, because for me, it was like, I became very brave in the face of that. When you lose your vision or you lose one of your senses or you can't walk, you very quickly get brave. And then you look at the universe and say, okay, so I'm not doing what I need to be doing. What does that look like? And like Constance says, I resurrected after domestic abuse, right? So for Constance, that's what it was, right? For me, it was MS. For her, it was her domestic abuse. It doesn't need to be that for you. So I hope that what I do when I come live and I share this stuff with you and I'm goofy and I get all excited about it, I hope what I'm showing you is I'm not any different than you. I'm not more special than you. I'm really not. I just said yes. And I had something scary happen, which reminded me that I don't need to be afraid. Because now I really don't fear anything. So my hope is that you will find your way without needing the little kick in the pants that the universe can sometimes deliver to you. And I'll tell you something, when I said yes to my path, I got healthy. My vision returned, my strength returned. And so my doctor always says, I have a really great doctor. She's one of the foremost MS experts in the US. And every time I go and see her, which is once a year for my checkup, she looks at me and goes, I don't know what you do, but keep doing it because it's working. And most people 11 years out from a really severe case of MS, like I had, don't have the kind of vitality and health that I do. And so what I will tell you is keep going, right? Jenny's resurrecting from stage 4 cancer. And honestly, how amazing is that, Jenny? Like, you are an inspiration for us, right? Carla said it was her COPD and ASD, which again, huge obstacles, right? COPD, right? That's just literally about your body's capacity to receive oxygen, to be able to breathe. Just like MS is my body's own ability to move. So for some of us, it took all of this. For you, under this Leo new moon, or Leo full moon, I should say, just decide you're going to say yes to your passion without needing the fear, and learn from us who are coaching you tonight that it doesn't need to take illness or disease or divorce or domestic abuse or any of those things to dislodge you. And the other thing I'm going to tell you is this before I leave you. The world is changing. We are learning to do things differently than we've ever done them before. So if you want to break out, do something different, do it in a different way. You want to teach, but not traditionally. You want to parent differently. You want to move around. You want to change your location. You want to, the universe is completely moldable right now because we're all redefining what it means to live, to be human. So take this moment, take the next 6 months and ask yourself, how can I fully experience this transformation on our planet and do things differently, raise my kids differently, be a different kind of partner to my partner, you know, be a different kind of homemaker, be a different kind of employee, be a different kind of boss, right? The rules are breaking down, and this is your opportunity, and you don't get a Leo full moon every day. So I want you to sit down, I want you to write, I want you to journal, I want you to think, I want you to dance, I want you to laugh, I want you to breathe your way into what this new reality can look like for you. And take it from me and from your friends in the feed. We've been through some pretty serious, scary stuff. It shouldn't take that. It shouldn't have taken that for me to move my booty, but it did. And so I'm here to tell you, just move it without the nudge. You'll be so glad you did. That's right. And forget people's judgments, when people judge you, a lot of times, it's either out of envy because they wish they were doing it or they wish they were brave enough, right? So then it's easier to put you down, right? Oh, look at her, how she's doing it. That's so lame. Everybody who judges me isn't doing it. So they can say, well, I don't like her rituals, or I don't like this, or I wish she would do that. But they're not actually doing it, right? So only listen to people who really understand you and what you're doing, and let all the other criticism and judgment slip away, and just keep doing you and be your full authentic self. That is the most important guidance. And then give that gift to the young people in your life. Tell your kids, your nieces, nephews, everybody who will listen to you. If you wait to get permission in this life, you're going to be waiting a long time. And you can do it without permission. You can do it. So I love you. Carla says, I wrote 3 pages today. It felt good. 3 pages is great, Carla. That's a great place to start. Karen Parmenter said, I unfortunately procrastinated until the nudge. But don't wait for the nudge, because the nudge, as you get older, is like a big kick in the pants, Kaz, right? So you don't want to wait for that nudge. You want to move into this with your own creative confidence and not wait for the nudge. I will nudge you. I will kick you in the pants myself. I'll be gentle, but I will be moving you along the path. The code is 19love for 19% off your code. Somebody had asked. So Samantha's got a question. Hold on. Samantha Stevenson, I see you. When you get to a moment in your day when you are so frustrated and ready to snap and scream, what do you do to stop yourself and be more calm and joyful in the hard moments of the days? That's a fantastic question. You know what I do? I go outside. And I breathe. You know, it could be kids screaming, it could be clients upset, it could be your partner, it could be that you just burned your lunch. You know, there's 1,000 things that go wrong. We call it the sacred pause, Samantha, in my teaching. Take a break, take a breath, go outside, get your feet on the earth. And ask yourself who you want to be. Right? Do you want to be the person who snaps and screams? Or do you want to be the person who's mindful and present? And then figure out what you need to get into that moment. Is it music? Is it breathing? Is it meditation? Is it sound? Is it working with a crystal? Is it taking a nap? Is it 5 minutes in a warm bath with Epsom salt? Like, what is your medicine? Is it smelling lavender? Or it could be 100 different things. But I ask myself, who do I want to be? Am I being that right now? And if not, what kind of break do I need to be able to come back and respond in a different way? But that sacred pause, that breath, that moment that you take to really ask yourself, who do I want to be and how can I show up in that way right now, is the difference between reacting, you know, in the moment, which doesn't feel good and usually doesn't have the best outcome, and then embodying the wisdom and the practice, right? Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, Lesby Pyre says, I really needed this tonight. We're connected in another struggle with MS. I'm so glad it was inspiring for you. Everybody's journey with MS is really different. I mean, I am really lucky. But I also think if I had believed what everybody told me, I would have had a really different experience. I don't believe anything anybody tells me. I believe my own experience. And I think that's part of the wisdom too. And be brave, right? Yeah, I love it. Crystal says, feel through the emotions, make space for the uncomfortable emotions. And it's okay to get really pissed off sometimes. It's really okay to get really pissed and yell and scream and punch your pillow and all those things. Like, you need to feel your feelings, but you don't need to share those feelings with everybody around you. You need to learn how to process your emotions internally and externally on your own, and then ask yourself how you want to show up to the rest of the world, right? And so I take that as something of a sacred responsibility. My unprocessed emotions don't belong with my kids. So I work through my stuff. I don't bring it to my conversations with my kids. So if I feel like I'm confusing them, I'm really upset and I'm talking to the kids and I'm getting angry, I say, you know what? Mama needs a break. I'm going to take 5 minutes here. I'm going to go outside. And the kids know, and they see me out there breathing and, and doing my work and activating the vagus nerve and doing all the things that I teach. And then I come back in and go, now I'm ready. But if I'm in a moment where I'm all enraged and they're upset and stuff, no, we're taking 5 minutes. I will be right back with you. And no harm, no foul. But it gives us all a chance to reset and to show up in that conversation the way we want to be perceived. And I'm teaching them too, without saying it, that they can take a break. Zoe and Nick now do it, where they'll say, you know what? I need 5 minutes. It's like, great, take it. Go outside, kick the ball, right? Take a walk around the block, but learning how to create space, and we learn how to model that by learning from others, right? So we learn from others when they say, you know what, I need a break, that's okay. Give her time, right? Rather than what? What's the alternative? Yelling, screaming, fighting, bickering, or, and my mantra with the kids is this worth it? You guys are fighting with, my kids are 2 years apart. They fight about everything. He breathed on me. She looked at me. Well, he breathed on me first. Well, she looked at me first. It's just like these bullshit kind of like little fights that they get into. And so my mantra is this worth it? And they will both now look at each other and go, no, it's not worth it. And it's like, great. Then, what, we're done, disband, time out. We're not talking about this anymore. She breathed on you. It wasn't fair, whatever. Go away. Right? So it's like teaching them how to get upset when something's worth being upset about, and teaching them how to look at something, and they can actually laugh now and go, I can't believe we're actually fighting about the fact that you looked at me. And it's like, well, okay, but you breathed on me, but that's ridiculous. Like, why are we fighting about that? Is it worth it? And even in your partnership, is it worth it? Like, what are we even bickering or fighting about? Are we really bickering about the color of paint on the wall? Like, who cares about that? Right? Does this reach the level of like, yes, we need to have an argument about this? And then if you really decide that you need to have this intense conversation or confrontation, then at least it's at that level, right? You've agreed that like, yes, this is worth us having a tussle about, right? Oh, you guys are so sweet. Are my teeth really white? I use charcoal toothpaste. I do, and I use the automatic toothbrush. I don't know if it's Oral-B or whatever, but my dentist recommends it. And I have a fetish about tooth flossing. I love flossing my teeth, so I floss twice a day. So thank you for noticing my teeth. All right, thank you guys. Team SG, sorry, I know we went really, really long. Thank you for seeing me, Jessica, and for seeing my kids. And Skylar is the same. I mean, he's an amazing human that you've raised. And I really see you and I appreciate you. Charcoal toothpaste, I got mine at CVS, Jimmy. I don't even know. I did. I bought it on CVS through Instacart. But charcoal's really good, and you can actually find toothbrushes on Amazon where the bristles are made out of charcoal. I know this is a total rabbit hole, but it's really good for whitening your teeth. And you will look at that toothpaste and say, this toothpaste is gray. Like, how is this going to whiten my teeth? But all I can tell you is it really works. I wanted to have tooth whitening done. It's very expensive, so I did charcoal toothpaste instead. So thank you. It's like Crest. It's like Crest charcoal or something like that. If I can find it, my purchase for it on Instacart, I'll post a link to it. You're very welcome. It was great to be with you guys tonight. Oh, do you really like Instacart too? So I just discovered Instacart. It was like a whole new world for me because I couldn't get, like, I'm picky about my groceries. And I do a lot of, I cook with some kind of exotic vegetables and different like Thai spices and things, and I couldn't find them on Amazon. So charcoal's really good for your teeth, so enjoy. Crest charcoal. I'm a commercial for Crest charcoal. Give it a try. And honestly, get your kids using it. I've got my kids using it because they have a little bit of yellow on their teeth from antibiotics when they were young. Who knew? And the charcoal is actually helping to whiten my kids' teeth too. I know, this is so weird, but you know, we're talking about it. Instacart's really good. So if you haven't tried Instacart, you have to try it because it helps you get deliveries from the grocery stores and CVS and Costco and everything around you. And you can pick all your favorite things. If you're picky like me, you know, it'll show you all your things, and you can, anyway, go to instacart.com and set up an account. I don't get anything for telling you that, but it's really helped me to get all my groceries because I cook a lot. So I get Instacart deliveries a lot. Mountain Rose is great too. I like Mountain Rose herbs a lot, and they're a small business and been run by really amazing people, so I like Mountain Rose a lot too. Yeah. Aw, thank you for that, Samantha. Well, I'm really glad that you asked me. She said I have a 4-year-old daughter and twin 3-year-old boys. Listen, Samantha, you know what I'm going to tell you? You're in the thick of it, girl. When I had a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, I didn't even have twins. And they were just, all they did was fight from the time they woke up in the morning. I told Nick when he was 4, I'm like, dude, I think you're going to spend your entire 4th year in timeout because you can't get it together. And she's 2, right? She was being as naughty as she could be. It gets easier, Samantha, I promise you. Hang in there, Mama. I'm really proud of you. And you are in the absolute thick of it. If I could, I would come over and I would do crafting with your kids and give you like an afternoon off. I really would. But I promise you it gets easier. And then when your kids are my kids' age, 12 and 14, it's joyful. I mean, I look forward to spending time with my kids. After this, it's 8 o'clock. I'm going to go downstairs. We're going to watch TV together. I'm going to make garlic noodles for them. And they are fun and funny. You know what I mean? And they get along and there's synergy and it's... But it was a complete shit show for about like 2 or 3 years. So I'm just telling you, you're doing great. It gets better. Don't worry. Rachel says mine are grown. Phew. That's right. Kristen Smith says then you find them all cuddled up together when they go to sleep and you're like, or not, you know? Look at that. It's 5, 7, 8, 10, 12, and 13. You deserve a Medal of Honor. Yes, you have to go to my personal Facebook page. When I post things I want you to see, even if you're not my friend on Facebook, you can follow me, Athena Parakis. And so I found this woman. She's in Australia. She's amazing. And her recipes are super affordable. She uses super basic ingredients and they're easy recipes. She has this recipe for garlic noodles. So I have the spaghetti, I have the fresh garlic, I have the oyster sauce and the soy sauce. So I'm going to go make these garlic noodles for everybody. You have to follow her on YouTube. She's just amazing. And I don't remember what her name is, but go to my personal Facebook page and follow me there and then check out my video from yesterday and you're going to fall in love with her. Yeah, see, Anais has a 7 and an 8-year-old. And it's 11:02 where Larissa is because she's on the East Coast. That's right. I love you guys. Look at you. You're doing great. That's the message for tonight. And that's the message I will always share with you. Wherever you are, you're doing the best you can. I'm really proud of you. Keep going. It gets easier. It gets different. It gets complicated too, but it gets better. And the most important thing, even if you don't have kids, it is Marian Gatsby. Thank you for that. Marian's Kitchen. Thank you. She's so amazing. I don't know her, but I just found her yesterday. And I've watched like 6 of her videos. She's the best cook. And she's funny. Super into her. But I'm going to leave you with this. So I can let Team SG go offline tonight and get some rest. Whether you have kids or not, fur babies, human babies, whatever you have, no babies. You need to make space and time for yourself. These moon rituals are very important for you. The full moon is when we illuminate, manifest, expand. The new moon is when we contract, release, and envision. these are very important moments for you each month. And the more you feel into what you want and what you need and what you're creating, no matter where you are in your life, whether you're in your 20s or you're in your 60s or you have children or you've never had children or you're writing a book or you don't know where you're going professionally, these moon rituals, the reason I do these for you for free as a gift every month, and I've been doing them for 10 years. This is the 10th year of Sage Goddess new moon and full moon rituals. The reason I do this and take the time out and my team's here and all of that is because we believe that this is the best way for you to get on a path of manifestation to create your dreams. And everybody around you benefits. Your partner benefits, your neighbors benefit, your kids benefit, your fur babies benefit when you are living a full and authentic life. So please stay with us. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to the channel. I don't like to say that because it feels cheesy, but at least you'll know when I'm going to be online, because we're about to launch the Tucson Gem Show online next week through Sage Goddess, and I don't want you to miss a minute. I'm doing all these amazing interviews next week. I've got interviews with folks in Mexico, in Germany via Madagascar, from Bali, and from India, with these miners and vendors and carvers of stones. And you don't want to miss any of that. That's all happening next week. So please make sure you've liked and subscribed to the channel. Well, I feel like one of those 20-somethings, like and subscribe, but it's really important because if you don't do that, then you don't get the notifications and know what's happening with our channel. But stay with it. Stay with the work. And even if all you do with me, I teach classes and do all kinds of things, but even if all you do with me is full moon and new moon, it's enough. And just keep going. We've been doing it for 10 years. I hope to be doing it for another 10 years before I retire. And I just love being able to witness you through your evolution. So cheers, we've got this, and happy Leo full moon to you. And I'll see you soon. Thanks, Team SG, for staying late. Love you, appreciate you. If you're in Soul Shift, we have session 4 of class tomorrow. We're going to be crafting and integrating and digesting all of our work for January. So I'm looking forward to seeing you. We have live readings at 2 p.m. On YouTube, and then we have class from 4 to 6. So I'll see you then. And then the Sage Goddess Tucson show starts Monday. And Monday night is our in-bulk ritual. It means we're officially halfway between winter and spring. So please make sure I'm going to be live here on YouTube from 6 to 7 p.m. for in-bulk ceremony on Monday, February 1st. So please be here with us too. You're pretty much going to see me every day except for Saturday and Sunday from now until next Sunday. I have interviews Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week. So don't get tired of me yet. Thank you so much for being here. We love you. We'll see you soon. Make sure you get your full moon kit before midnight. Good luck. We'll let you know who won the Tanzanite bracelet, and we'll see you tomorrow.